I got the pants portion done of my jumpsuit, the linen, the nude colored linen with metallic thread. What else? Was turning the placket on the pocket with my hand, and it's not what I want. For the type of fabric and the intention, I don't want this to be a prototype, so I ordered an iron. And, you know, I'd like to keep working on it, but the iron I wanted, I couldn't find it in town. The first one I wanted actually was the travel iron. The only place I can find it is at Joann's. It's the only place you see it, but you can't order it, nor can you get it in the store. So I'm like, ugh, it sounds like exactly what I want, but I can't get it. They show it as a possibility, but then when you go to try and put it in your basket, it says out of stock. So I try to find it somewhere else online, even from the brand vendor. They don't even show it as a product they sell. So, you know, I spent a lot of time after I discovered I needed an iron, discovering what iron I wanted or needed. Of course, it was a bit of a goose chase because, you know, they didn't all yield results. And then I looked at reviews and, you know, it looked like Rowenta, but then they say that leaks. And then Black & Decker solid. But there's a difference between irons for ironing clothes and irons for sewing, where you're shaping. You know, so ultimately I decided to try the Panasonic. It looks like a vesica piscis shape. Fish bladder, eyeball, two circles that overlap, that shape in there. You could go 360. So let's see, what else? I'll show you the, let's see if we can find hands. See, these up here are really, really expensive. This one, that's the one I wanted. Free store pickup. It's new. Check it out. But not available for shipping and not available in your store. No matter what store I change it to, I can't, it's not available. The search won't find it. So anyway, it's not an option. But this was the description. And I don't have a lot of clothes that I iron, so I like the idea of using it for my sewing. Has a nice trivet. Plenty of steam from what I can read. Anyway, Panasonic. We're going with Panasonic. And I might talk to Mike Shaika. I call him Micah. He paints silk and makes handmade dresses. I might see if I could borrow his iron in the interim while I wait for this to get shipped so I can continue sewing on my jumpsuit and make those plackets. But I decided to buy an iron because I foresee that I'm going to need one if I'm going to do quality sewing and construction and shaping. Uh-oh. Minnow. So I made Minnow a new down cover comforter. We took the old. I took the old one apart. I amortized some thread loss. I'm sorry, some down. I took it outside, take some down from the other one and put it in this one. little puffs of wind and lots of puffs of feathers. So we lost some feathers, but it's not rectangle anymore. It's square. And you know what? He knows what to do with it in terms of, you know, he uses his head to get in there and nest and shape it. The square is actually a better shape for him, but I don't want him to chew it this time, so I'm going to keep an eye on him. Anyway, what else is going on? A number of possibilities, but what I get on your end, Rich and Sharon, there's still some sort of competition. So me on my end, I can triangulate with myself. So work out your competition, or we're going to triangulate with myself, okay? That's part of my reservation in terms of what to build, you know, for follow through. Is knowing who I'm working with and who wants to, okay? Consider my car failings at inspection with 2 pages of things that need to be fixed. And last year there was nothing. has ruffled my feathers a little bit, as well as emailing and consulting with my bullshitting brother, okay? Let's see, there's a follow-up on that, and we'll see if he follows up on his word. He's so perfunctory here. So let's walk through this. Dad at up the estate. Maybe that's supposed to not dada surreal. Maybe that was set up. I didn't receive my inheritance in terms of follow through, you jackass, okay? And the love you have with your wife from China or anywhere else, you did not provide follow through either. You both are red. So is Lou. So is her sister Beverly. Be Ever, okay? Mom's big beef is she didn't have follow through, okay? And Lou, Dad's second wife, didn't provide that either. So no, the inheritance is not just, okay? So stop treating me like a mooch when you're squatting on me, right and left, okay? As praise be, you go to church, okay? To fornicate, okay? To ass poker red, pass they doff every fucking John to get a free ride on my desire, okay? There's no inheritance here, okay? You have a valid concern. I have a valid concern that you're not doing real work, okay? You're sitting on someone else's fucking money. I know you didn't find me. You didn't raise a cotton-picking pinky, okay? And you used me to make shit up on Becky, and then you and Lou and Dad use me to make shit up on why you deserve to jack off all over the place, okay? Might you consider that we went missing because you're a jackass, okay? And there's no follow through, and you're setting us up to ask for what? What? For money because you prostituted us, okay? As your desire to keep prostituting, so you have stability and don't have to think much and get to travel everywhere where you prostitute everyone to think that you care because you have money but you didn't make it fair. What else? Becky didn't bail. Okay, she's got allergies against the family. Last time I talked to her. She breaks out in hives. Everyone in the family gives her allergies. Bailing would be a relief from your jackass estate of families are fucking bucking forever. Lewd. Bertha. Be Everly, okay? Bertha, the big elephant in the room, okay? Families are forever. That's a Mormon thing. Oh God, no, not that. Anything but families are forever. Forever red. Your time is only a waste. Dad's a jackass, okay? Dad put Mom in the hoops. He couldn't fix this, all right? He's no different than Rich and Sharon, but they're still alive, okay? And so are you, Mike. So stop deferring, number one, because that's your biggest collusion right there. Dad set up the estate. It's your choice right now, and you set up the estate, okay? That no one honest would relate with you, okay? And if you're doing real work, raise your goddamn pinky and look for fucking Becky. Or have me do it, okay? You can pay me to do it as my job. Because I suspect Becky either has to prostitute herself or go without from your lover red, okay? We can see the follow-through here of the Mormon kingdom, okay? You're all getting a free ride, prostituting your Jesus as red debt again, with character red debt as witness. Who would say that you need red debt again from their pate and plate? I've been through this. It upsets me that it's coming from behind, okay? And I want to get over this, so I'll just try and blow this fucking out the shitter again. I need money to fix my car, so fork it over. If you want me to get over this. You're not providing me follow through. You know, part of the problem with me seeking to have follow through in terms of an innocent free economy among you is because you speak of the value. So stop putting it out there as if you fucking care and as if it's your desire to wear, okay? My concern is you're a bullshitter, and you're a stable bullshitter because people have given you this value and you don't deserve it. So I would like 2,000. If you want to get me 10,000, that's great, and I will turn that around and I will go find Becky and give it to her. And when I find her, I'll have her contact you, or I'll contact you in behalf of her because she may not want to talk to you, okay? But I can't get in my car and go find her. All right, so I think I've dealt with that. On that end, the bullshitters, they don't want me to see that they're making stupid ass decisions by conferring with themselves, okay? My brother inherited land as well, all right? So this whole pissing, moaning conversation, I gotta pay taxes, is because he's got a lot of land, okay? He's got a stable job because he's a bullshitter too, okay? Speaking of which, you have flaws, framework and fretwork. You got flaws that were red. Because you've always been competing thief-end, all right? You have always been competing thief-end. It's what your law is for. It's for thieves. So I'll just work through this. and see if I can't get into a happy place and then figure how to go for reward. Got a couple of notes. Let's see where to start. Here's one. The inquiry, the hind, the ins, and the squire. We can build this a number of ways. Inquiry and sire. I want to know who assayed the inquiry tooth had to do with you as an oath. I can triangulate and I can prove, all right? Who wants to? So again, it's come for reward and get on the line and stop withholding. Forward and fork no reason thief end, because you're taking me for granted and I'm tired of it. So start communicating like real people do. Okay. or then the option is for me to just be like, that's a wrap, I'm not doing this anymore, or put it up there and people can triangulate through me and only me. Okay? Meaning, I am Toft and I play all the ass parts. Okay? Let's see. Oh, to set this up, I'm going to set this up with 3 people to set this up, or I'm going to set it up with myself. Okay, triangulating my presence, my word, and the money to daub and job be served. Okay. I'll come up with other possibilities of triangulation as needed. You wouldn't need to preach. You wouldn't need to preach. You wouldn't need to preach if you were the value to date. If you chose it, and you know what it means, and you're pivoting on to be aware. V among everything is very. OT, over time. Even as opposed to hie-ven. Okay? So you're pivoting on to. Isn't that your whole judicial process only with hyphens? You know? What else? You wouldn't need to preach. And you wouldn't need your flaws, okay? To conceive that you're beautiful and you have beauty, okay? And that you brought the time, and that you're bringing the time, and that you can bring the time, instead of being an accomplice of desiring not to know better yet and actually avoiding responsibility. And being in love and making people stare at you when you don't deserve to. So what you've done is you've built a tower. The tab, the table, Babel. And you're to get this conversation, never to go anywhere with were, AD. You have to be complicit in speaking and doing business with people who are red. So to vend it without ever providing a job, okay. Or a date of birth. We can lump all your religions into this same problem, all right? You're not using the right muse in your court of law. It's a court of flaws by design, okay? Designer red. beast. You already are the mark of the beast, okay? C, yes. Ix, I'm the time. And I am X's, C, Ix, okay. You're the female saint, lending the time, and you're also the text with him to exist. So one of the things I think that made me want to upchuck the other day when I had that bite of pop cookie and was producing a lot of videos is the content you saw on screen that I was putting out there. Well, also the visuals playing in my mind, and I just realized I have given so much of myself to people that make me want to throw up, honestly, okay? You know? was just sort of like, I'm typing it, and I'm seeing it, and I'm like, bleh. I just have this, bleh. This feeling is where Alright, are we done with that? See if there's any other notes. I could just briefly start with possibility, how to set this up. You can start. You can communicate what you want. All right? You can start communicating. All right? The try, the 3, okay? Pros and cons. What can 3 do that set this up? Well, I think 3 can probably whittle down anything we want, okay? And what I'm saying is we can make a change. What else? Especially with fire in the storehouse. Fideism regarding. I imagine there'd be a lot of fire with you know, who's lent the ear this whole time and followed it and watched, okay? That didn't desert. My brother has an easy life because he deserts. He deserts the process of making value. And he's in collusion to making that value red, R-E-D, debt again, okay? And that's how he gains his stability, all right? And it affords him to travel all over the place and fall in love with a different person from a different country and chase ass, -K-T, as he supplies it, okay? A comfortable existence for him and those that harbor the illusion, thief-end. Oh, is it not always, do you give a little tear too? Like it's sad when Dad dies? Oh, we're not going to have Angela here because she does not feel good about us. And then we're going to make decisions in her behalf that we should keep everything from her. Because she's not nice to us. But we were never, ever thoughtfully nice in ourselves. Let's go to church because we care. We care to be here and there as with the air. Oh my fuck. Oh my fuck-a-buck. Alright, trying to get off that. Maybe you can help me, okay? So I can start going for reward with people that want to, alright? Instead of looking at constantly what you did and thinking like, my fuck, you know, in between up chucking, feeling the need to throw up, and being like, you know, I can't sell this idea. I don't feel the need to extend myself that way because it's not wanted. Okay? Let's see. We can talk alchemy. Maiden. We can talk turning lead into gold. I was thinking so I've done some research online. I can get chat room. I could have a chat room, and I could either have it host on my f.is website, which would be my next website. That was the one I selected for a news agency. So I could put that chat room there, or I can host it with a link. I'm thinking I'm going to use a link so that this website can stay as nimble as can be, you know, not heavy. And then I've got another website where that would be the storage of the news. So this was where the news would be, news agency. This is where the news would be stored. So we're building, you know, we're showing how we're building value. The news just doesn't get thrown away. You see the process. And I think I'll do a link for the chat room, but that link will be provided here. Chat room possibilities. I've decided not to use Patreon, so this is free, and it's your nexus. It's your connection for posting your own news, either it can be you can cut your teeth, you know, associate, etc. Options. There can be classes, there can be personals, there can be advertisements, there could be business feedback. One of the things I wanted to do is, there can be job listings. You're going to pay me to be toffed at the very least. And then I can provide job listings like, I need a candle maker. I need a candle maker. Okay, I need a job. All right, job listings. So there can be many headings under job listings. There could be many headings on the chat room, and maybe someone else is looking for a job, you know, or posting a job. But the idea is to work with other people that want to, okay, and that recognize the value. I think it's false top-down marketing for me to be like, hey, jump in. You know, in the sense, the face is arduous to climb, okay? But that's for a reason. You need to know what you're getting into and what it means, because essentially I'm backing the value. So you should know the backer, okay? And your hand in the lot, there is no air, okay? So you can't repair here or there, okay? You should know that also. One of the comforting things is you can disassociate from people that cared and come up with all the theories of and excuses that support Kavanaugh or don't support Kavanaugh, okay? Because the bottom line is you didn't teach when you passed Dow with wed the red. You didn't teach with your actions, okay? And that's a big problem. It's a big problem with your pastor. Let's see. F by F, Framework and Fretwork, as a news agency and combined with the chat room, Nexus, it can be a thread, announcement, news, association. You're making your news is to make value, okay? We've been over this. So you hash your shit out, you get off of the income of the gun, okay? And you start packing reason as desire in life, even. What is this going to allow you? Quite cordial possibilities, okay? You know who you're speaking to, you know who you're speaking through, okay? You know what end the ag, Jesus, is going to lend, okay? Going to lend and send, okay? Salvage loss, what are you losing? What did you lose? Well, by playing in, you lost 0. You made innocence in reflection, okay? So what you lost, okay? And you show the saint, okay? You're signing up for this, you're showing your follow through. So that's why I say, let's see if it's up here. No, it's the other one. At this point, I think me having a bad taste in my mouth with my brother, what that provides me is something I need to wrap up and address. Again, by addressing this. He can withhold from me, but you understand. Okay, I set this up and I flip it. Okay, I flip it on him. And the shim has to stay out. Okay? And I'm okay with that. uh, I'm more than okay with that. He can stay out in the cold, okay? And he can start feeling what it's like, what he did and does to me, okay? If he needs to learn that way, so be it. I'm fine with that. But let me explain the dynamic of how I know this, okay? That I can flip it, but first I have to be like, you stay right there, bullshitter, because I'm going to can your asked. You're not going to be able to unpack it, all right? And you're going to have a mark on you, okay? Then you're going to have to pay me to get a better mark. All right? It looks manipulative. It's unmanipulating what's been done for no reason thiefent, okay? Which he aspires and aspires and hires, okay? Red, okay? He aspires that his heir is red, R-E-D, okay? So he can continue to have a lover that is red, that depends on him to make red, R-E-D, bread, okay? Dead again, okay? So that you all can reflect on them and feel pity and empathy that they have to what? Put up with a person like me. They have to support me because I can't make honest value through them that are in love and came from love, okay, and thought so much to continue to do of, making shit up, do of, from above. I'll just make some shit up, like Becky deserted the family 20 years ago. Yeah, my brother didn't think of any value. Oh, and he never made value. Okay? So there's no going back. The Tobit, those stories in Apocrypha that go nowhere, that get cut off. Well, you don't get your Tobit until you are it, the example, in your trial balance. So, Fe, iron, Fe, the I, toff, it. You're not going to be able to unpack the night, okay? Once this is in process. You're not going to be able to unpack, okay? And if you bullshitted on me, and you continue to bullshit on me, you're going to have a mark, okay? That shows you have no heart. And no heart and no heart, okay? To him impart marked, okay? You bring no value to the mart, to the marketplace, and this is only going to grow in vision with the detective, with the debt, the detective, okay? What is this language? It's distinct, okay? Where did it come from? And so you can see my value is going to grow unimpeded, okay? And your bullshit mark is going to be known, okay? In contrast to that, you're not going to be able to unpack, nor can you go forward anymore to advance, ye, add, or seed at AD. To die, the I am the example. To hie it, to be I it, okay? HB, hemoglobin, blood, isn't that also a type of lead pencil? Okay, what else? want to do a fulfillment center. So I do want you to think about product and making a product. And one of the things that I would like you to think about is my silk wall hanging of the honeycomb took about a year of sewing and time before that to conceptualize the idea before I bought the materials. Certainly it could have been done faster, but one of the things with taking its time is I conceived little ideas to add more, well, even like the two here of white, a blank space here, and at the bottom, white, gold, white. You know, that there's little things that interrupt the pattern, but they're meaningful meta. So when you think of an economy, when you change the place, you change the place. Okay? And so this is what we're doing, because when you've only competed thief end, then the prime mover is a thief, all right? And makes everyone, I go to work to pay my rent, and no, I can't pay attention to you. I don't have time for it, okay? And isn't that XO little ribbon, you know, quaint? Okay, that's how I'm perceived in the marketplace for making an X and O with reuse and recycle marks, is that I'm quaint, which is code for not necessary among the more important prime movers. I think when we're talking about a move of faith, you need to understand people that do appalling things with a gun. You can see with my own example, I don't have an in, okay? You might want to consider that you're not actually teaching love, you're not being love, nor are you providing love, okay? So what the hell do you expect people to do when they get to the end of your trope? You wet the note and the knot to be read, okay? It's worth considering before you demand another flaw. So if you're tired of looking at the two parties fighting and bickering with each other, okay, I would say Republicans are like, you Democrats are making us jackasses because you believe in the air, but you're not making the air sustainable. Even for myself, in speaking in absentia for the night. Okay? So they're saying bullshit, and you asking for more flaws when you didn't carry your own tare weight. In asking, you're making the donkey. Okay? So if you want to get off that, this is where you do it. This here, what we're working on. It's either going to start with Rich and Sharon, and we're going to do it with ripe, mature emotions, okay? And we're going to start one-on-one without withholds, okay? And we're going to start relating, or you're going to do it with me, or we're not going to do it at all. But you're going to know, okay, you were a jackass. And that's where that stands, okay? So if you've got other options, let me know. What else? Because I'm open. Yes, fulfillment center. So I was thinking that, you know, how are we going to get income to set this up? I was thinking, at first I was thinking patron, so you pay like $1 or whatever, and to be a part of that nexus. But if I use a chat room, then there's no fee, okay? It's free to look, and it's free to participate. You could put your news there. But if you really want to start dealing in silk money, which I want to make laser cut silk money, for those that believe in this idea, an ideal, okay? To be real and bear real, the viper, it bears not eggs, it bears live snakes out of its mouth, okay? Snake does not have legs, it's on its belly. Okay, so L-E-I-D, that's suffering. E-I, that's your egg, like is in example. E-I-D, that's an oath and a feast. My suggestion, as your guest, is to start leading suffering with stuffering. Which hinges the example, okay? You're speaking for reward, okay? You get to go for your desire. Suffering, stuff. Tough turf. Tough turf, meaning you got to pay to play. Why? Because we're undoing the manipulation. You got to pay to play and lay. L is love, okay, with the ID and the oath, okay? You got to pay to play, all right? So it's tough turf because you're going to stay on the hand. Getting off the gun of an income, be honorable. Okay. Further, So we're canning the hand that can participate. Sustain, the cane, the mark. TC, that is art, okay? See an in, ta, thanks an in, okay? And able belly, able, LH, your left hand, luteinizing hormone, all right? For the egg drop. Some can think of it in terms of what floats your boat romantically, or, you know, provisionally. What makes you feel love. So the money, I've sussed how I can have a crowdfunding platform, and I can either have it on the F/F website, or I can have a link. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but for starters, I'm probably going to choose the link. The one I've decided that I'm interested in is for Nacia. It's free to use. It costs a little bit of money if I want to actually host it on my website. If it's free, I use their branding. There's options. There's a lot of crowdfunding, but basically I wanted one that was ongoing, like monthly. So the money you put in to transmute into ea.ven money, even venom, okay, peace, okay. So you put 10 in, you're gonna get 10 out, okay, ea.ven, and do that monthly, or well, I'll figure something out, but basically either you pay for shipping for the silk money, or at every, say, $100, I will send it to you, okay? What your participation in that allows you is anything that's on the board. You want to make news? You want to advertise? You know, I'm going into business as a news agency and fulfillment center, like Amazon. Is that how you spell that? So here's some options. You know, depending on my income, I can then start funding you to make things. And then you can mail them to the fulfillment center, and I can create a store, and people can select and buy them with their ea.ven money, okay? And send them like in one shipment. So it's more practical. There's little things to think about that are big things. So say this spawns, say it works. Well, maybe we get a delivery service, okay? Maybe we get fulfillment centers in different locations. All right, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot of possibility and opportunity. Anyway, I'm trying to turn this. I'm trying to come from a good place. My brother did not help that at all. Okay? And neither not having the funds to fix my car, and then getting blamed for squatting on the people that are perpetually red. Okay, my relatives. They believe in God and their air to be perpetually read everywhere they stare because they're so aware. Okay. So aware. You know what it feels like to be chased with a fucking belt as a young child and to be whipped with either end? Oh, and I deserted the family that you didn't care to mend, okay? For starters.